He is sick. He has the flu bad. And he came down with the flu. Okay, good evening, everyone. This is Capital Outlay Committee meeting for January the 8th at 2026. And the roll has been taken. The only one that's not present is Commissioner Jimmy Hansworth. And Rick Sorcy is not present at this tonight. He is sick, and Jimmy had to work. I've got the roll done, so we need a motion to approve the agenda as noted.
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion to approve and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion approved. And we need a motion for to approve the previous minutes. I've read them, and everything to me, I think is pretty good on it. Did a good job on
I'll make a
those.
motion to approve them.
Have a motion made
I'll second it.
and seconded. Any discussion on it? If no discussion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion approved. We have no public comments. We do have the mayor here tonight with us, and I'm glad you're here, Mayor, with us tonight. If you would.
Thank you.
So let's go ahead and get the unfinished old business out of the way. I'll give you an update on the health department. We had our construction meeting today. They are way ahead of their schedule. Sheetrock finishing is going to actually start probably Friday of this week. That company who does their finishing is actually going to be working all weekend. For some reason, they'll knock it out pretty quick. They have all the HVAC equipment, is the duct where everything is done. They're moving along. One of our biggest concerns and today was all the network wiring and stuff that the state has to do, about their scheduling we discussed it. When we got to the job site, we find out the guy who's over that actually came today. So that all worked. I don't know how it worked out so well, but he came actually today. So they'll be installing all the internet wiring and stuff inside the building in probably about 2 weeks, which works great for their schedule. That means the painting and all that stuff on the walls will be getting ready. But the finishing the sheetrock, they want to get the sheetrock all finished, and that way when they run all their cabling above, then they'll come right in and start putting in the grid system for ceiling system. So that will probably take place in the 1st of February. Like I said, they are moving along. Windows has been an issue, but they do have all their measurements. What I was told today is they're going to have their windows in on, let's see here, I believe that was the 26th of this month. So all the windows and the frames in the windows, they have actually buying all the glass work with it, which that's kind of unusual from I've ever seen. Usually they go in and build all the frames and then order the glass, but they think they got tight enough measurements to make all that happen at one time, and that's fine with me. So that'll close in the building. We went over some of the sidewalk in the front entrance area and the canopy for that today on site. But after we did our walkthrough today on site, we got all the paint colors that we've selected. They've got all that down now, and that facility is running as smooth as it can run. The biggest issue with it is paperwork. We're kind of behind on some paperwork that Mariana needs done, and we'll get that all taken care of, I believe, here pretty soon, probably within the next few weeks. I know that St. John Engineering has a lot of stuff that they're trying to get settled with the contractor. So that being said, in good shape. The animal shelter, the building has been delivered and erected. The main framework on the animal shelter has been erected. The roof is on the building now with the insulation and everything. There was a couple days there they couldn't do anything because the wind was so high. Actually sucked the barrier right off the roof, so they couldn't do anything there for a couple days. But they do have it on. All of it's not totally done. We had our construction meeting out there, and with everybody, and so they're laying block now because they couldn't finish all the block work until the building was up, so they can take it up tight to the deck, and afraid of knocking over walls and stuff. So that's all done. The roughing of the plumbing, water lines and stuff like that is being progressed as they go up with the block walls. The front entrance where the asphalt's already been installed, by the way. So if y'all know, if you've been by there and you've seen cones out there in the front, you can't turn in right there in the front entrance because the ground was so soft, you would sink. Actually, after they skinned off the top of what they were supposed to take off to go back with it, was turned to jello. The company that had to come out and suck the gravel and mud and stuff off of all the utility lines came out. They got all that done this week. The backfilling has been done on the front end, on the entrance now this week. So I'm hoping they'll get that opened back up for us where they can go back in on the front entrance, because they're driving around the other two buildings back there in the back. And I don't want those people to get upset with us, but we've allowed them, I asked permission for them to be able to drive around behind the other businesses there to get to the facility. So all that has been taken care of. I don't know of anything else that's going on there except for that. So that's where we're at with that part of it. I know the mayor goes by there pretty well every day. He sees the progress going on, what's going on there too. But yeah, that one's coming along a lot better than what it was. Let's put it that way. Signage for the CCAP building has been done. We are adding on a sign for the UT Extension office to the bottom of the signs that we have out here. They wanted to be on there too, so I didn't know we needed that one on, so we'll get that stuck on there too. It might be an individual one below the other ones, so I'm working with a hardened sign to get that finished up. So, and they already have the signs for the overhead on these awnings that's overhangs where you drive under.
The height designation.
They have height designation signs for those already made. We're just waiting for the repair work to be finished up down here on the other one. Once that's done, they'll install. We allowed 2 inches off of that sign. So whatever that sign is, they actually have another 2 inch. So I gave a buffer. We have 2 inch buffer. So if they go under there and with what it says, we should be okay. Okay? That's pretty well my update on that part. New business, Rick is sick, so I will give you what Rick gave me. He and I talked for a while, as long as he could talk. He's got the flu, and he's pretty well, all the air conditioning systems are all up and running out at the jail facility. That's the main thing, was the heat I was concerned with, and I think we have everything is pretty good shape out there. Our camera system is just about.
It is installed
What are
at
we
this
looking at?
point where they're completely installed. They ran into one little minor issue that they're getting resolved. The final stages of it is going in right now, as far as the tidying everything up, getting all the actual integration done, and then but it's up and running. Everything's up and running.
I heard it
It's
was
just
running.
not finalized as
Finalized,
far as the
okay.
roles, permissions, and access and all that stuff, so, but no, it's,
coming.
when they started, they were pretty quick about it, yes, sir.
The other issue is that we put on the agenda, I know that several of y'all have received a letter from someone about sewer problems they're having on the other end of the building. I've talked with Rick about what all he has done so far. Just to fill you in, they had issues, flooring he was gonna redo the floor in the visitors' bathrooms or the public bathrooms, had all the toilets pulled and stuff, so he was redoing the floor. Of course, they had another backup. The problem is there's a problem area somewhere in that line that he is trying to find the exact area of that where it's at. He thinks he may have it, but if we have to, we may have to do a cut in the floor and once we pinpoint where it's at, because he's already put cameras in it before.
I was thinking it was in the community room,
Well,
so that was brought up last year.
no, community room's
No,
fine.
they
That's been-
redone-
That's already been redone.
Yeah, that got redone
Yes.
year before last?
Yeah,
Last year?
because there was a big party there that
Yeah.
did totally just, it was messed, it was,
Yes.
yeah, it was, okay. That's took care of. But this is a different issue going down on the further down, so, he has been working on it. They tried, the problem with the plumbing under this building, it was designed for, 3-gallon toilet flushes, okay? The old style toilets were 3 gallon per flush. You can't buy those no more. Everything now is either 1.5 gallons or 1.2 per flush, which means the plumbing is actually tilted too far down. It was done maybe on 1/4 of an inch per foot. Well, now it's half of that for when you're doing a gallon flush, because if the water takes off and runs faster than your solids, which that's what's going on right now, the water's not carrying it. So the solids stop, water goes down, next thing you know, you have a stoppage. So that's kind of what's going on. I will tell you that, but there is a spot that happens to be catching something, and we're gonna have to locate it exactly. He's put a camera down it twice now. So we may do a clean out, a total flush the system, and then put a camera back in it and see if we can't locate that spot where it's at, and if we may have to cut up a section of floor to get it out and take it out. I know we had the same problem at the health department, the old health department in Tullahoma a long time ago. It was one location that all the front bathrooms, they would flush down the hallway and would come around, turn and hit the main line. And there was one spot in that line that it hung every time. And it was just, and a lot of it was some people was throwing paper towels in it or the wipes that you're not supposed to put in them. So, yeah, we're just gonna have to locate it. So he is working on that, and I've been in touch with him on that. So he has been trying to stay on top of it, and I know that, there's people upset, and yeah, the smell's not, it's what it is. We're gonna get it fixed at some point, so we're working on it. You okay with that, Mayor? I
Sure.
know that you got the letter, I'm pretty sure
Yes.
too. So,
Yeah, I've walked down there and
uh,
witnessed the issue, so I've heard about it a lot.
yeah, well, that letter was my first time hearing about it, so I pretty well got on the phone with Rick on it, and have been on the phone with him now several times about it. So we're trying to get that resolved, and as soon as we can, we'll get that fixed. But locating it, we gotta locate it first to make sure we got the right spot. Cause it's probably, it's probably something we're gonna go, gee, it's just one of them fluke things, but plumbing now is very tedious when you're sitting there flushing a toilet with 1.6 gallons of water, and it's gotta be right. It just has to be right. So, does anybody have anything else, any other new business that they need to discuss, or? That,
I have an observation.
Okay.
If anybody goes south of, on 41 Manchester where the new Wawa is being
yes,
built,
sir. I go there.
once again, they're excavating unsuitable soils. Everybody really got bent out of shape over animal control needing some of those operations. They're actually digging, I think looked to me like they were 8 feet deep.
Yeah.
Exactly where a building sit for years
Yeah.
without any issues. It's just today's when you have, when you have the individuals, architects and commercial ventures and governmental ventures, you have to do it just by very strict standards, and it's very common these days.
Yeah.
They were hauling black dirt out of there by the truckloads today,
Yeah.
and it's. I just wanted everybody to know that it's not unusual.
It's not unusual. If everybody best remember even when we built the county jail, I mean, they took out, what, 6 feet deep when they went?
It was
one.
6 feet.
It was
Yeah,
right at
there's-
6 feet, I'm pretty sure. It had to have,
Corner or two that's a little deeper than
Yeah.
that.
yeah, you're right, I know that. But, I mean, my dad told me a long time ago, when I was a young boy, he said, son, this was all Indian land, and it was all swamp. The highest point is the courthouse. And I go, how come they picked that spot? And he said, that's the highest point in the county. That's why.
And
they
it's
picked it.
held up pretty good.
Held up pretty good right
Sitting
there.
on rocks.
But
Yep.
I don't know if anybody remembers, do you remember the memorial monument place that used to be out there on the highway on the left, right, where O'Reilly's Auto Parts is at?
Oh, yeah.
Remember that, Tim? I know, I know the company that I work with, they built that building. It was 6 feet they took out from under that building. It was that bad. And I'm sitting there going, that building was, been there forever.
Mm-hmm.
And they took out 6 feet under it because it was so soft.
Yeah.
But that's, I mean, it's a point, it's just the nature of our land out here. Some of it just was swampy and, you know, we're trying to dry it out, so. But anyway, yeah, I know that, it's very common in this area, so. Anybody got anything else they'd like to? Good,
We're good.
Tim? Right?
No, sir.
Mary, you got anything else, sir?
No, thank you guys
Thank you.
for all you do.
Well, appreciate it.
February 5th.
Our next meeting is supposed to be scheduled on February the 5th, is that correct?
Yep.
Is everybody good with that?
Yep.
I would like for us to think about, again, maybe going back out to the health department for a visit, and maybe even one to the animal shelter for a visit, just to walk through all of us together, maybe, so.
Be good.
We'll see, just depending on the weather. I ain't gonna put y'all out there in the bad weather or something. Ain't no need in that,
Thanks for
but,
that.
but I do, I mean, I go all the time, and I hope that you can trust what I'm telling you, what's going on, that you can see it, so. And if you wanna go, I'll be glad to meet you there anytime, cause I've been doing this all day long today.
You live
so.
there during the day, so.
It's kind of very, I enjoying it, but they've been kind of bored out, they've been kind of boring out there at the health department, because they're kind of, it's all sheetrock right now, and insulating, and sheetrock and insulating, and they're waiting for windows and the side panels. That is also, probably in February, gonna be starting going into the siding on the outside. So, it's really coming along well. I'm impressed with that group that's doing that. Foreman on the job has been very well running that project for them, that's for sure. So I got us down for February the 5th at 4 o'clock. And I need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Uh,
Aye. Motion approved. We are adjourned.